What's up, everybody? Um, Today I want to talk about stepkids. I've been toying with this video for quite a while. I've made it several times and never posted it. But when you raise stepkids, like I hear a lot of horror stories. And you know, if you're coming into a family, like you got the mom and there's kids already, like the mom's, those are her babies, and you have to respect that. And I tried to do that when we got together, but I knew those kids from birth because her brother was my best friend, and now obviously my in-law. So um but from jump, like I told her that I was gonna raise them like they were my own. Like, I didn't know how that looked. Um, I knew the influences I had in my life growing up, which was my grandparents and my parents, my dad who's not around. I mean, my mom's still around. Um, and obviously my grandparents are not. So, uh, those were huge influences for me, and I was influenced a lot through life, and still am by songs. Um, you know, Different songs that I listen to that I want to be a part of my life, and um, like the one for instance was Brad Paisley. The the man, it didn't have to be, or I don't know the title, but that it was about a single mom trying to find a companion that didn't get scared and run from their kids, her kid. Um, it's a great song, and growing up, like that's kind of who how I got to be the way I am is through the people in my life and songs. Like I'm not a singer or a musician or like I mean I can kill it in the shower, but um so what I'm saying is, like, you have to go into it knowing that you're you're kind of intruding in their family. Like you're not, but and as time went on, like those kids and I were really close. The So there's the oldest one who's in Amsterdam, you know, moved out at 17, graduated high school early, went to Florida, super smart all the way around, and just always wanted to go. Since we got hooked up, um, just had that personality of always wanted to go. So now he's over in Amsterdam, the country, and um, the second one down, the youngest of those two is around here, and those are he has my grandkids, and he always wanted to throw the ball, always, 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 every day after school. Dude, can we throw the ball, Dude? And I never made him call me dad because I wasn't his dad. Um, I was not bragging, but I was better at that role than his dad was. But I just would treat him like a human being. I wouldn't treat him like, he could be a little butthead, but you know, um, I don't know. I, if he did something stupid, like I would punish him. Like I didn't ever hit him, but a couple times I wanted to. I jacked him up against the house a couple times because he lied to me, and that's one thing I always told them: do not lie to me. Do not lie to me. You can lie to anybody else. I don't give a crap. Don't lie to me. Because you lie to me and I won't go to bat for you. If you tell me the truth, you tell me you screwed up, I'll go to bat for you. But anyway, he lied to me and I jacked him up. But, you know, I think they respect me now. Like well, the oldest one's on his own. Like he's doing his own thing. He's strong-willed and he's okay. I mean, the other one is too, but they always want to be here. And it blows my mind because I didn't want anything to do with my parents. Like nothing. I didn't want to. They leave the house. I'd be like, yeah, like, what? I never had parties, but like, cause nobody liked me. But you know, I'm just excited to get away from my parents and these him obviously been grandkids because they don't know much better and they love you, you know, when you're little. When they're little, you're the hero. Even when kids, like, you're the hero one day and then the next day they grow up or they hit 12 or 13 and you don't know nothing. So they know everything, but that comes around, like, eventually. So, you know, and then I had my two girls with my wife, and you know, nobody really knew what that looked like when I said I wanted to raise them as my own, like my own. And you know, I proved that to them when I had my girls, and not much changed. Like, even loving them, like, I developed a relationship. Do you mind? I developed a relationship for, you know, with them. Like not being a friend. Like, I was a friend when they were young. Then you have to kind of flip roles. They don't need a friend. They don't need you to be a friend. They need you to guide them. Like, you have to guide them through life. Like, they don't know any better. You have to be strict. You have to lay down the law. You can be fair, but and I believe me, I'm no expert. Like, I flew by the seat of my pants on this. I was an only child, so so I had my girls, and you know, I treated them differently because they were different people. Like, and I'm not a big touchy-feely guy. Like, if you hug me, I'll hug you back. I don't hate hugging. Like, it's just, this is how I was. I wasn't raised that way. But we have friends of ours, off topic, that I've never hugged more people in my life. Like, we go away for a big family thing, and that's all we do is hug. Like, you go to bed, you hug. You get up, you hug. But guys, girls, it don't matter. You hug. Hey, great. Made it through another night. Woo! Like, I don't know. I've never hugged more people in my life. So I kind of become a hugger. But not in a weird way. So anyways, like, my girls came along, and you know, I just treated them the same way, and now they all want to be here, which blows my mind, but I love it. Like, they all want to be here. They all want to have parties here. They just, so to me, that's a success. But that's what I'm telling you. Like I had awful relationship with their father, and I had to keep that to myself. And that was because of my wife. Like, she made me do that, and I'm appreciative of that now, because I would talk crap about him. Oh my goodness, I wanted to knock him out. Like, we were struggling to put food on the table for these kids, and he had them enrolled in hockey. He was going to do all this stuff with them, and then we ended up fitting the bill, and he just show up and never paid child support, $100 and some thousand in arrears, worked for himself, so we couldn't garnish any wages. Like, unless we put liens on different houses he was building, like, we couldn't get any money. We went to court several times, wasted money on lawyer fees, and he's still flitting around. But at least now, like, I'm to a point where I got the kids. Like, those 2 kids are doing amazing, and it's not because of me. Like, I'm not bragging. I just taught them things that didn't work for me, and didn't let them pull the wool over my eyes. And you just had to be there. Like, they didn't get that from their father. They didn't get, like, he cared when he had a new girlfriend. So, like, just know that, like, the kids that you take on from your spouse or your boyfriend, girlfriend, like, just love on them, man. Just treat them like a human being. And you know, if they're not going to be the same as your kid, they're not. They're different people. You know, and treat them different. If they need a little extra love, man, they're not getting it at the other spouse's home. Like, if that makes any sense. You know, maybe that other spouse is just a complete ding-dong. Like, and has those kids, and they're going to probably talk crap about the other spouse, and you just have to reassure them. Like you don't want to see them talking, you don't want them to see you talking crap about that other person, because, like, then they're going to be completely confused. You got to keep that separate. You got to keep it out of your house when those kids are at your house. You have to keep it separate. It's hard. It's extremely hard, but you have to keep it separate. You have to love those kids and create a relationship. You might not love them. You have to find some middle ground, because you love the person you're with, and they're kids. So I hope I'm making sense. If you love your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, you have to find some middle ground with the children. Like, they might drive you absolutely insane. But, okay, so sit them down and talk to them. Like, if they're 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, where they can understand you, like, don't get too in depth with them. But if they get to a point where they hate you, like, and they're trying to defy you, okay, sit them down and be like, how can we make this work? Because we both love a common person. Like, you love mom or dad, and I love your mom or dad, and, like, you got to find that common ground, man. You can't just don't go through hating, resenting those kids, because it's not good for your relationship and it's not good for their relationship. And I went through that phase with the oldest one. Like, he would sit up in his room on his cell phone, and we had the house phone, and we ended up with 3 months of over $400 bills on a cell phone. In 3 months we paid like $1,200 or $1,300 because he didn't want to use a house phone, and that caused a lot of resentment because I just wanted to throw him out of the house. Like, that's not how I roll, and I couldn't do that because I loved his mom. And, like, if they're younger, they're easier, but instill that when they're younger. If you're hooking up with somebody and they're in their teens, the kids are in their teens, like, just sit down and talk to them like a human being, man. Don't just skirt the issue. Like, just, just, just communicate. That's all it is. That's all good relationships are, is communication. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, just communicate. So, with that, I hope you got something out of that. You know, I'm a fourth generation farmer, but like, there's so many videos on farms. I'm trying to talk about real life, like people go through on farms and off farms, you know. And I hope that makes sense to somebody. I love you all. Get to know a farmer, and there's good things coming up here. We're going to the stone house pretty soon to start hammering that out. So as soon as we finish the bunkhouse and a couple other little things this week, we're moving on. So with that, I love you all. Get to know a farmer. See ya.